Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Sí se puede.
Sí se puede.
My name is Priscilla Gonzalez. I stand here before you today as the proud daughter of a domestic worker and the proud director of Domestic Workers United, here with our champions in the legislature and the governor of the state of New York, to loudly and proudly state that it is a new day for domestic workers. Governor Patterson, thank you for recognizing domestic workers and bringing New York into the 21st century, paving the way for more states to follow. Assemblyman Wright and Senator Savino, our courageous sponsors, thank you for championing this legislation in the face of so much skepticism. Thank you for valuing our work and helping us to establish a floor for this industry. Thank you to the Dwyer Cultural Center where we are today for opening up your space to serve as a reminder of how far we've come. We have a long road still ahead of us, for we must and we will continue working toward paid vacation and sick days, living wages, severance pay, and other benefits that will put domestic workers on par with most other workers. But today we celebrate this incredible achievement of bringing visibility, dignity, and respect to this work that means so much to us and to the families of New York City, including our own. Today is for Joyce and Christine, Angelica and Pat, Harriet, Allison, Beverly, Sylvia, my mom, and every domestic worker. We owe this great moment to the thousands of domestic workers who sacrificed their time, their wages, their energy, attending meetings, vigils, marching, telling their stories many times over, so that this workforce could have a new beginning. Can all of the domestic workers in the room please stand up proudly? Being recognized as the sheroes that you are, not just in New York, but around the country and around the world. I want to give a special shout out to our sisters from the National Domestic Workers Alliance who traveled all the way up from Maryland. We are making waves throughout the country. We are making waves throughout the world. The International Labor Organization will be passing a convention on the rights of domestic workers, and New York is part of that, blazing that trail. We also owe this day to the movement that stands with domestic workers, as you've already heard, to the unions, the employers, the clergy, the lawyers, the students, the community organizations. And a special thank you, you just heard his name, to Richard Winston of Meyer Swazi English and Klein. Whom we have called our guardian angel for his guidance, wisdom, and unconditional support. Today we have proven that the power to change the world really is within us. This is not only a victory for domestic workers, as I've just said. There's a generation of working people who have seen some real hardship today. So we are proud to say that domestic workers and this movement have provided a beacon of hope and are an example of what can be done when workers organize. It's an example of the power of women of color organizing. It's an example of the power of immigrant workers organizing. It's an example of what can happen when people come together with patience, determination, and love, and see the power in each other to be capable of more and turn that outward to change the conditions around us. So to all the domestic workers, we have made history today. Not only for us, but for an entire generation who have been inspired to believe that change happens when we stand together for justice, dignity, and respect. Congratulations.